A Fistful of Dollars is the first of the Dollars trilogy of films, directed by Sergio Leone and scored by Ennio Morricone. The first international hit in the spaghetti western genre, Sergio Leone adapted the storyline of Yojimbo, a Japanese film by Akira Kurosawa, to fit into the western genre. Kurosawa would later sue him for plagiarism and win the rights to the Japanese distribution of A Fistful of Dollars. After the end of World War II, Italy had a backlog of American films flood the market, with the western genre especially appealing amongst the masses. As the supply of overseas films steadied, Italian filmmakers took inspiration from the previous examples and started creating their own. The western was popular between the 1930s to the 1970s, hitting its biggest popularity in the mid-1960s. While western is a well-known genre, definitions of what a classical western is can be fluid and wide-ranging. Hollywood westerns, mass-produced in the American studio systems, are very formulaic. The protagonist has a love interest, is clean-cut and well-dressed, and is morally correct. Hollywood westerns can also serve as an ideological American reimagining of history, whitewashed and sanitized, through idealistic actions of the main characters.
Get 3 coffins ready.
The term spaghetti western was originally used by critics to deride low-budget European film productions, but was then co-opted by fans. Spaghetti westerns are largely filmed in Europe, with the wide Spanish landscape often standing in for the US Wild West. Classified as a junior branch to the Hollywood western, spaghetti westerns subvert traditional cultural standards of the genre. The protagonist may have no love interest, is dirty or messily dressed, or might be morally questionable. Leone's spaghetti westerns in particular place more emphasis on morally grey conduct, asking the viewer to make a choice to support the bad guy who has only done evil, or the protagonist who has done evil with some morally good outcomes. This opportunistic versus collegial transnationalism forces audiences to question their own ethical assumptions.
My mistake. 4 coffins.
Westerns utilise the perspective of an outsider, with characters entering a foreign place or context, exploring the scene and gathering information about the situation. They take us, the viewer, with them on their quest for knowledge, where we only have as much information as the protagonist. A Fistful of Dollars brings this foreign perspective to the forefront, as we have even less information than the main character. He is referenced only as the man with no name in both the film and in the credits. Many classic westerns begin with a wide shot of a dark landscape to create remoteness, with the protagonist coming towards the camera. But Leone subverts this trope by instead focusing on the unnamed protagonist withdrawing from the camera to drink from the well under the harsh midday sun, where the light creates openness and encourages exploration. Traditional long, wide camera shots create a sense of an alien, ethereal landscape where the protagonist is an outsider. This sense of other makes us feel as if we are intruding upon the setting and that our presence may not be necessary or welcome. While Leone still utilises long shots, he concentrates closer on the specific scene that the characters inhabit, such as a narrow view of the town square, rather than a higher, broader viewpoint that would encompass the wider topography. Leone also shoots from a low angle with focus on singular characters to convey strength and control, even if the character in shot is not a direct player in the scene, foreshadowing future plotline outcomes. Short cutaway sequences to facial expressions give us confirmation of our interpretation of the emotion of the scene. Is the protagonist happy, sad, or curious about the scene unfolding? Ennio Morricone created the scores for all the Dollar Trilogy films, including the iconic intro sequence in The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. The soundscape for A Fistful of Dollars was created in post-production and is made up of a range of natural and orchestral sounds. It covers standard Western tropes such as gunshots, horseshoes and acoustic guitar, but Morricone also included smaller incidental sounds that create tension and foreboding, such as recurrent twilling whistles and church bells. Scoring nearly 400 movies over his 50-year career, the Dollar Trilogy films are among Morricone's finest works.